What's up, everybody? It is 6 o'clock in the morning, and I just got off work, and I'm readjusting back to working this midnight shift, and I'm kind of loving it. It's a lot more peaceful. I was working with the public for a long time, and I'm loving working at night on overnights because dealing with the public every day is terrible, especially when you in the inner city of cities like Chicago, Detroit, Baltimore, New York, you know, Jacksonville, all these tough communities, so I'm really enjoying that. Um, Real quick video. First of all, thank you for everybody who's been watching, liking, sharing, subscribing to my videos. It is not going unnoticed, big or small. Whether you agree with me or not, I appreciate you tuning in to watch my channel and taking the time to listen to my thoughts. I always try to be real with you guys as best as possible. I don't like to sugarcoat anything. I like to give you guys, real information on how I feel I try to be from a logical standpoint, from a business perspective as well. So the company I work for, they used to always just give out overtime, like all the time. Like, they used to beg people to stay and whatever. And people, a lot of us like, man, I just want to go home. I just want to go home. Or, whatever. I just want to go home. So for a long time, they kept begging people to like work overtime. Some jobs used to require you that I worked at used to require you to work overtime, especially up here in Detroit. Sometimes you in the factories, you get that call, mandatory overtime. And I used to hate that, man. I used to hate that shit, man. Like, you would think like your shift coming to an end and they'd be like, yo, mandatory overtime. You got to stay another 3-4 hours. You'd be like, God damn. But now it's funny that the same people was crying that they didn't want to take the overtime. They are now crying that they want it because the Christmas holiday is coming on. And a lot of people are still being affected by this government shutdown. It's a lot of layoffs. And, right now, working overtime is a luxury. Like having food stamps in Section 8 right now is a luxury. Working overtime is a luxury. So all them people that was saying, well, I don't want to work, they crying right now, man. They are crying. So, a lot of people, I came from salary. So I haven't made overtime in almost 2 years. So tomorrow I'm going in for voluntary overtime because I understand now that working overtime is a luxury. Some people aren't even working right now at all. These people on the federal shutdown, these people are crying all over Facebook, all over, Instagram, all over YouTube, man. It's scary to know that it's so many people that's just living check to check, And I often tell my wife and my family that, just because you could do something don't mean it's to be done. You know what I'm saying? You got to put money up. Just because you good today, your ass may not be good tomorrow. So if your job is offering you overtime, and unless you got something going on, y'all need to get up and go get that shit, man. Excuse my language, but y'all need to get up and go get it. Now is not even the time to be thinking about anything else but getting this money, man. I'm telling you. When I was younger, I used to always be hustling, getting overtime. I kind of, like I said, I probably lost more money being on salary, for real. But now, I'm hourly again. I'm like, man, I'm about to get up and go get this bread, man. I'm about to go, because I was already doing it for free. You know, so I'm like, I'm about to get up and go get this bread, man. Like, I could take tomorrow off and I could really just lay in my bed and just chill. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I'm trying to stack this bread, man. You know, I'm trying to stack this bread, man. You know, my overtime comes up to about almost, I think just under $50. So, you know, I'll take it, dude. I'll take it. You know, so if your job, no matter what it is, man, if you working at McDonald's, go get that overtime, man, because you're going to need that money, man. We are in a recession right now. I want y'all to understand that. They don't want to tell us that, but we are in a serious ass recession. If you trying to go get some shit that you don't need, leave it alone. You know, if you don't need it, like that new pair of gym shoes, leave that shit alone. That, you know, all these, you know, women want to go get all these crazy eyelashes and hair and all this. If you don't need that shit, leave that shit alone. If you ain't got at least $10,000 put up and kick to the side that you ain't got to worry about, leave that shit alone. You know, if you do got 10,000, you need to be having 20,000. And if you ain't got 20,000, you need to be putting up at least 50,000. Because tomorrow is not promised, y'all. We are in a straight up recession. If you don't need that shit, leave that shit alone. Put that shit back. Like your mama used to be in the store, put that shit back. Put that shit down, put that shit back, man. You know what I'm saying? Now is not the time to be investing in bullshit. You need to be maintaining your household. You need to be paying your bills up at least a month in advance, because these jobs are laying people off left and right, y'all. Christmas is right around the corner. In Detroit, we used to get something called a Goodfella box. Now, in the Goodfella box, a lot of y'all don't know, in the Goodfella box, that's all I used to get for Christmas. And it used to be socks, hat, underwear, and maybe a little trinket toy and a snack or something like that. But a lot of these kids now is spoiled, man. You know, I grew up on getting the Goodfella box, man. Hit a like in the comment if you remember the Goodfella box. You know, and that's where our economy is taking a turn, man. And like I'm telling y'all, working overtime is a luxury right now. People are crying right now trying to get hours on their job. They can't even go to work. So if you can get up and go get that overtime, if you work at McDonald's, if you work in a plant, if you an engineer, whatever it is, man, go get that money. Work as long as you can physically stand it without losing your mind or passing out or hurting yourself. Go get that money, man. I'm telling you, we are in a recession like never before, man. You need to be paying up your bills. Do not go into debt over dumb shit. Leave them credit cards alone. Put them up. I didn't put all my credit cards up. You know what I'm saying? I didn't put all that shit to the side. I did want to go get me some other things that I didn't need, but evaluating our economy right now is not the best. The only thing I would be investing in right now in large sums of money would be gold and property. Gold and property. If you ain't buying gold or property, you know what I'm saying, I would leave it alone. You know, I would be leaving it the fuck alone. I would be leaving it alone. You need to be getting out of debt. You need to be paying off all these bullshit ass credit cards who got you on 50% interest. Leave this shit alone, man. You need to be making sure you're paying your car note up at least 1 month up and everything. And I just lost my light. So that means my video need to end. But I love y'all with the strength of Christ. Thank you for tuning in to Untouchable City Prepper. Thank you for all the comments. Like, share, and subscribe. God bless you.